Okay, so now we're going to put everything together and build an object avoiding robot. So you're going to take your awesome circuit from before where you used your ultrasonic sensor, and you are going to wire it up onto your chassis with your motor. So just kind of play with it. This is the way I have it arranged. You guys can take a look. I have my ultrasonic sensor on the front, my breadboard in the middle, and then my Arduino in the back, so it's still easy for me to plug in here. And then I have my battery pack on the bottom. One thing I might do, which I didn't do it here, is actually tape your batteries down so that everything is nice and solid. Okay, so let's go over the code and then we'll plug this baby in and you'll see how it works. Okay, so the code is actually exactly the same as what you did for determining distance. We're just going to add a few lines. And so what I would do is just build off of your previous Arduino sketch, save it as something different, maybe just call it robot or object avoidance. I called it HCSR04, which is the name of the ultrasonic sensor, -robot. Right, so going through the code, first two lines are the exact same thing. We have our trigger pin and echo pin called out. Then we also added our motor controller. So this is just from before, where motor pin 1 is connected to line 5 of the Arduino, 2 is connected to 6, motor pin 3 is connected to 10, motor pin 4 is connected to 11. And of course, remember, if this isn't working the way you want it to go, if it's moving forward instead of backwards, it's easier, as I found, is to flip the wiring as opposed to flip the code. Come down here, we still have our trig and echo pin same as before, but now we just added 4 more outputs, our motor pin 1, 2, 3, and 4. Coming down, our digital write, they're still the same, so we're still able to figure out the distance. We're printing, we're just working in centimeters now, and then we turn the delay to 10 seconds. So here's where it gets fun. Here is where it gets fun. So we added these lines of code here. So what it's going to do is the ultrasonic sensor is going to constantly be looking. And then if there is nothing in front of it for more than 20 centimeters, or if there's nothing in front of it in between 0 and 20 centimeters, then it's going to keep going straight. And so we have motor pin 1 and 3 on high, so it's just moving straight. However, if it detects something between 0 and 20 centimeters, then it's going to spin the right wheel and stop the left wheel. And so it's essentially going to turn. So if it sees something, it's going to do this. Just like that. So you click verify, you upload, which I already did, and I'm going to show it to you here. So I'm going to plug in and power up my Arduino and my motor. And you see it's running. Both sides are running. And then when I bring up my hand, it stops, but this one is still running. So one thing I found is that it runs really smoothly when you're playing with it here, but the moment you put it on the ground, because of the weight, it gets a little finicky. So what I would recommend is once you put it down, push your reset, which is a red button right here, and then let it start over, play with it a little bit, make sure everything is secure. But holding it like this, doing it without weight, is a good way to test it, especially if you're just like moving your hand forward. And so a few things you can play with here. In the code, play with the distance. Try it with 30, try it with 10. See what performs better. Also, change the direction. So instead of motor pin 3 high, try motor pin 1 high. See which one works better. You could also try a lot of other different variations of that as well. So leave it to you. Have a lot of fun and let us know what you end up doing.